How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and to all of my listeners out there, I'm Cheeto2500, and welcome back to Custom Critiques. Before I begin this segment, though, I noticed that I do owe you guys an explanation on why I have been away for so long. So, I'm going to give you guys a small update for now, before I can give you more on a later video or whatever. So, ever since I tested positive, a few days after the New Year 2022 start, I haven't been feeling great. So I test myself again a week later after I got the initial result. And good news, I'm negative. I got the vaccine, well, the second dose, I guess. Although I'm not exactly thrilled about the vaccine, but what I am more thrilled about is I've been COVID-free ever since then. So yeah, I'm all better. I feel great. Let's get started. So, for those of you that have been following me, on the channel, I'm pretty sure you guys remember this. Yeah, I remember the time that I told you that this is not working because of a power fluctuation. I did all my best to, get it fixed or whatever. Now, I'm sorry to say, but I couldn't be able to get this fixed. None of them knew what the heck they're talking about, like I said. So, it still looks good, though. I might put it on display. Somewhere to reminisce on it for now. But what does the old capture card have to do with today's segment, though? Well, before I tell you that one, I'm going to put the original capture card that I had here on the description below, so that way you could reiterate or recap, how it works and all that stuff. For the same reason, I bought myself an upgraded version. For next gen, of course. So now, if you compare the two texts side by side, as you can see, they are exactly the same in every way. But once again, though, there's your game and your party inputs. There's the volume of it, your PC, PC free, and the third option modes, as I said. A slot for your SD card, you just put, the stuff that you just put it all in. Then there's your power cable, your power slot, and of course your HDMI ins and outs. And of course the single one-tap function, which will record and then stop recording. All of it pretty simple. So 4K, what is it? So if you know HD, right, is basically 1280 by 720. That's old HD. A few years ago, or maybe like half a decade ago, we have what we call Full HD, which is 1920 by 1080, right? That's like a little upgrade version. What 4K is that you take those pixels, right? The horizontal and the vertical, and then you double them. So basically, to achieve 4K, right, all you have to do is just double the dimensions of the Full HD. Which means that you can imagine a flat screen TV, right? A 1920 by 1080. Multiply that by 4. Horizontal 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So therefore you have the pixels over here and then you have the pixels over there, which are double. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what 4K is, though. And of course I've unboxed the product for you already, so let me show you the box that it came in with. So yeah, it's a pretty nice box, a very, very better box in comparison to the other one that it just came in, though. Specifications, as you can see, not that much to show, it's pretty much the same product, a little bit of warning signs, what it comes with. And unlike the other one, which is like a little small box, though, it actually comes in a nice carrying case, Usually you could just open it up. Sorry about that. Has a little slot for it where you could just put your capture card in. Yeah. So you could travel it, ready to go. And of course it has a little thumbprint on it that you could just take it out, or you could just dump it like this yourself. Let's put that down. And of course you have, your Xbox controller, like jacks and everything that you could use just to plug this towards the capture card, and of course your headset. That's a good one. Your extra HDMI ins and outs. So I kept all the components of the old one because they still work great. So yeah, I got this is a little extra. And of course, the power cable and all that stuff. And you could tell because of the little slot over here. And finally, the user guide and manual. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple since I already know how this works. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it though. So give me a few minutes to set it up, you know, with the Xbox and everything. And yeah, the test recording is going to be in another separate video, so therefore stay tuned for that one. And yeah, before I set up though, let me give you a bonus update. Another hard drive, you know, Toshiba 2 terabyte hard drive, you know, for the old capture card that I have. So therefore I could continue my classic game recordings on that as well. If you want to know, you know, more about that one, I'll also put the old capture card video in the description also, so you could recap and reiterate on everything that has been, you know, developed so far. Alright guys, so just give me a minute and I'll see you guys later. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, right, it's already set up, ready to go. I had an extra HDMI wire laying around this, so therefore I could just like stretch it out and make it a little bit longer. But anyways, you know, if you see a blue solid light, that means that the SD card is in there, it's ready to go. Just one tap it, and then you could just one tap again to stop recording, that sort of thing. I also remember what that third option was. Basically, it's storage mode. Basically, you don't have to remove the SD card. You don't have to lose it again. So that's not that important though. All right, so press once, like I said, and I can see it's a slow blinking red light. And just for recording purposes though, I'm just gonna like do this and that, blah blah blah. So when I put the test footages on my next video or in the next test video, you'll know that this is the actual thing. So for now though, I'm gonna fast forward, you know, and everything. I'm gonna play a match of Halo, whatever, just for it to give it a test. So I'll see you guys later in a bit.
5 minutes later.
And then when you're done with the game, I'm back by the way. All you have to do is just press it again, and I'll just stop it there. Just gonna give it a little bit though, so you can know. And let's just say that I want to stop the test at my stats. So therefore I wait. And then that's it. That's pretty much all you have to do. Now give me the next few minutes to like shut this down and all that stuff, and therefore I can give you like my pros and cons of this device here though. Even though it may be relatively the same as the last one I did 5 years ago, but there's like maybe like 1 or 2 that I would like to add. So just give me a second please.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
Quite fun, wasn't it? Very, very fun indeed. Now, time for the pros and cons. But before I do that though, I almost forgot something. How about a little music? Some positive music to, you know, lighten the mood, you know, at least lift some spirits up, you know? There we go. Hopefully that'll be a good choice for us. Now to begin. I'm gonna start with the cons this time, as always. But, there's only one problem. I can't really think of a con at the moment, right? But I'm gonna do like an honorable mention if I have to choose one, right? So the first time you set this up though, the one con that I would definitely, honorable mention that I would say is that you might have to do a hard reset in order for you to tell the console, hey, something new is connected to it. You know, wake up. Time to rock. So, and that's pretty much the only thing that's, yeah, That's the problem. But other than that, though, sorry about that. The pros do outweigh the cons greatly. And how? I'll tell you why in a minute. So the first pro that I can say right off the bat, I can say right away, is that it lives up to what it says. It can actually record full-on HD or 4K. But because I'm using a standard full HD TV, though, you will not see the 4K right away, though. But unless I upgrade it, though, yeah, it still looks pretty good, you know, even with today's standards. And yeah, I do like the results. You know, it records exactly as is, and even when the TV is muted, though, it still records even as if it was volume right. So basically what I mean is that if you max out the volume or minimize the volume or just put it in between, though, the capture card will record the footage one and the same. And yeah, that's about it. So the second pro that I would mention for this one is that it's small and easily storable. Basically what I mean is that you could store this thing, you know, anywhere, you know, if you need to put it away or if you need to travel somewhere. And yeah, it could fit into most bags or whatever. And pretty much, yeah, you could pretty much take it anywhere with you and it won't take up that much space. No problem at all. The third pro that I would mention is that it's very simple and easy to set up. It only came with like a few wires or something, and it's just a one touch and done type deal. Press once to record, press it again to stop recording. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out, right? And the only thing that I can say about this is that, you know, it may require like something else per se, like an SD card to like store all your stuff. And what I like about this capture card, and this is another pro that I'm going to mention, this leads up to it though, is that it has this very own system, you know, where you could use in the PC, which is called RE Central. So if you're a streamer for like Twitch or something like that, RE Central will help you with that though. I don't use it myself per se, but because I do like what the capture card is doing so far, I might switch to RE Central in the future, you know, as time goes on. And is there any other pros that I could think of at the moment? Oh, yes. There is actually one more that I did not mention in the previous, you know, capture card 5 years ago. I didn't have time to experiment how long it will last and everything. But with the proper care though, the fifth and final pro that I will definitely add in is that it lasts. It's long lasting. Now, if you take care of it, right, give it the proper treatment that it needs, treat it with love and the respect that it deserves. I mean, the last capture card I had lasted for half a decade, and that's pretty good for a nice capture card. Awesome. So without a doubt, I could say that this thing will last me for the next decade or the next 10 years, you know, if it doesn't give me any problems. And yeah, I think that's about it for the pros and cons for this thing. And for the moment you've been waiting for, and this is my favorite part too, the final verdict. Now, I don't exactly remember what verdict I gave to the last capture card, but without a doubt though, I can say with great confidence that I can give the Avermedia Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus with 4K pass-through a 5 out of 5 stars. Along with my very own badass Lucy seal of approval. Just like Angry Joe, with his badass seal of approval. I kind of like it though, but off topic, let's move on. So, I would definitely recommend this capture card, you know, to anyone who is not that very intuitive, you know, with technology per se, though. Something that you need to set up right away, quick, easy, that sort of thing. And as a believer of everything having more than one use though, this capture card, right, will definitely serve every one of your purposes. But until then though, this has been Cheeto2500. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As previously mentioned in the beginning of this video, I am sorry for being away for so long. I'm doing okay, and yeah, I'm gonna start, finishing up some recordings and all that stuff. Maybe I'll get a new TV. I don't know, but unless this thing conks out, I'm gonna stick with it. But for the capture card itself, though, definitely will buy, okay? Because the previous capture card that I had before has been discontinued by Avermedia. You will not see it again, though, but the new one still works exactly the same as the old one. So please, I'll recommend you go buy one. Probably like $100, maybe even more if you catch it on a sale on Amazon. Yeah, feel free to browse through and everything. But like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Cheeto2500. And yeah, hopefully 2022 will be a great year for all of us. Hopefully when COVID, passes on, whatever, or becomes an endemic. But you never know. Stay safe out there, everyone. And please do have a great and wonderful year.